Hi Flosstube, I'm Sandy and you reached my cross stitch channel, Stitching with Sandy. Today is the 4th of July and 250 years of freedom and all the liberties that were given with that freedom. So happy birthday America, happy birthday Stitchy Friends. I just wanted to come to you today. I thought since it was the 4th of July that I would share some of my 4th of July finishes that I've done over the years. So I'm going to start out with the harder finishes, and then I'll finish up with the softer ones. So I'll try to remember the designers, but if I can't remember them all, and there's one that you want to know about, just ask and I will look it up. All right, this first one's from Little Stitch Girl, and I finished it in this tart pan. I love that eagle, he's so cute. There's another Little Stitch Girl. This one is a little flag. I love how it has the quilty flag hanging on the line. So cute. And then I did the Stitch with the Housewives. This was the calendar crates. This is July, so you get the big piece and the little piece. And so the, excuse me, those hang in my dining room. All right. This is an old one. I stitched this one years ago when bears were popular, but I love it so much I still hang it all the time. And here it is. I don't quite remember, whoopsie, I don't quite remember the designer on this one because it has been so many years ago. Let me fix it. It's magnetized, but I think some of the magnets slid down. So let me fix that for you and then I can show it to you. Yep. And this one had a lot of specialty stitches. So this is when people did a lot of those long skinny ones that had specialty stitches in it. So I've been stitching for 33 years now, 34. And this was one of my earlier years ones when band samplers were really popular. And of course teddy bears. Then I have, this is Little House Needleworks, and it's Liberty Lane. And this one hangs over my fireplace every year. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite cross stitch pieces that I've ever stitched for patriotic. All right, put that down. All right, next up was Stitch with the Housewives. I don't remember the name of this one, but I think it's red, white, and blue. I liked the little blue truck. And I finished on one of those blocks that you got from Michael's, like Priscilla recommended getting. Okay. And then this one I don't quite remember who it's from. I think it's Lizzie Kate, but I'm not 100%. Little house, and I just finished on this little house piece that I found probably either at Michael's or Joann's, probably Joann's. And then this one was in a swap. So I used to do swaps on my channel. I haven't done any in over a year, maybe 2 years now, but I used to do swaps periodically, probably every other month. And my sweet friend Nancy from the Bougie Stitchers got me, and so this is what she stitched for me. I love him so much. She just made a little flat fold for me. He's so cute. And then Hands on Design has her calendar seasons 1 and seasons 2. I believe this is from seasons 2, and this is July. And I usually either lean it on something, put it in a tier tray against the post of the tier tray, or I do have another piece I think I have it in my garage, but I can also magnetize it to the back because I did finish it with, I don't know what they're called, but washers, they're washers. And so depends on how I'm feeling as how I display it. All right, next up, this I believe is also a Little House Needleworks. I think it was a freebie that I had gotten off the internet, and I love it. It's a summer house. And then This one is a JBW. I just love this one. It's so cute. Some of my cat's hair on it. And then Fat Quarter Shop had some little mini pillows that they did granny squares in cross stitch. And so one of the ones I wanted to make was a patriotic one. So I made this little tiny granny square and finished this little tiny pillow that sits inside this truck on my table. And then next up is, I think this is also a Little House Needleworks. It's finished on a piece. This piece I got from Chantel. She had an auction one time, and you could auction the boards that either she didn't put into service, so she only made one and she didn't like it or something. This one happened to be one that she made for Priscilla, and Priscilla wanted a fireworks stand. So she did a few trials and errors until she found the one that Priscilla wanted, and this one was not one of the lucky ones. So it came already painted, so that was lucky for me. And then I just finished this cross stitch and put it in there. I absolutely love it. All right, and then this one is the Threadworks Primitives. It's a, I think it's a patriotic beggar, I believe it's what it's called. Let me just pull them out. Here we go. And I made him into a box. So here's my patriotic box. I don't think I have anything on the inside. Let's see. No. Nope, I just finished it into a box, and I can put little things in the box. I was going to put some scrapbook paper in there, but I couldn't find any patriotic. And since I've made it, I forgot to look at this when the season turned. So it still doesn't have any, and one day it will. I'm not worried about it, but I put this on my coffee table, and everyone always compliments me on this one. I absolutely love, love, love this one. And then next up, I wanted to do one of the, what do you call it? Foam finishes. So this is, I think this is a Country Cottage, Cottage of the Month, I believe. Anyways, I had seen these done and they look like a little present, but it's a really lightweight because it's all foam, and you just pin it all on there. So then it looks fully finished, it's lightweight. You could put little feet on the bottom. This time I didn't, other times I have, but I love this one. It's very cute. All right, and if you just stand by, I'm gonna go get my soft finishes. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so now I have my soft finishes. Now in my last Flosstube, if you watched it, I had shown these two Pine Mountain designs that you put in a little bitty bowl. But I thought I'd show again in case you didn't watch that video. And then this is a Primrose Cottage. And I put in this little frame. And this is a Plum Street. This was a pillow I made for a friend who passed away. Her and I met up. Her name is Cheryl. We met up at StitchCon, and I made a pocket on the back, and I just tuck her picture there, so every time I have it out on display, I think of her and I take it out and look at it. I miss her. She was so sweet. All right, this one I think is also Primrose Cottage. This one is a recent finish. I just finished with this one this week. This is from Plum Street, and it's the Mini Moon. I changed it a bit. So here it is. Here's my finish. Now the Mini Moon did have a little rabbit going across here on part of the moon, and he was holding a flag. So I moved the flag down to the roof because I see houses with flags on the roof. And then I just added a couple more of the little stars. There was one already here, and I just added a couple more, and I filled the moon in. And now there's no rabbit, and I'm very happy. Also, I did leave off, there were two more poppies on there to be the same height as the rabbit, and since the rabbit's not on there, I didn't need them, so I left those off. And I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. And then I got these cute little pins from my friend Michelle at our retreat. So that worked out perfectly because they match the pillow so perfectly. Thanks, Michelle, if you're watching. All right, this one I believe is from, I know it's from Etsy. I can't think of what the lady's name is at the moment, but if you decide that you need to know, let me know and I'll look her up. A couple of years ago, my friend Sarah and I decided we couldn't live without this pillow, so we both stitched it, and it came out so pretty. All right, next up are Barbara Anna. So if you go to the Star Spangled Stitchers page on Facebook, they have freebie patriotic stitches in their files, and they had this Barbara Anna one. So the first year I stitched the little one. I did change it a little bit. The pot was more of a brown color. I wanted to brighten it up, so I took the brown out. And so I love that one. And then the following year, I made its partner. So there's two patterns in the freebie. So if you're interested, that's where you can find it. If you're still having that urge to stitch patriotic, I know a lot of people still do. I think I've moved on to Christmas. This is a Manny Di Donna one. It was a sunflower set. Came with 3 patterns, but this one was patriotic. So I put this one, I finished the whole set, but I put this one on display for patriotic because it had the little flag in it. And I used the jeans. These are denim jeans from my son's pants. He got too tall for them, and before we got rid of them because they were too holy, so you couldn't give them to someone else, I decided to tear off part of the leg and use it for my pillow. And I love the color. It gives really good color for pillows like this. All right, next up, these are Not Forgotten Farm. I made some stand-ups, some of the first stand-ups I've ever made. And then it's Bessie, and I think this is called Patriotic Sam. I'm not sure. But on Betsy, I just added some Smyrnas to make her skirt a little bit more decorative, because you know you're stitching white, it gets to be a little much. So I wanted to add some texture to her apron, and there they are. They get to sit on my mantle together. I just love them so very much. And then this is Betsy Ross. This is a Little House Needlework. It was Early Americans. I started this series. This is the only one I've gotten done so far, but that's okay. I have the rest of my life to stitch the rest of them. I used some of this lace, and I'm gonna do all of them this way. I really like how it looks. And then there's some fun patriotic fabric on the back. All right, next up, this one I think is Threadwork Primitives as well. I saw Misty stitched it. It was in her background when she did a video last year, and I immediately messaged her from Luminous Fiber Arts. That's who I'm talking about, Misty Purcell. And I said, where is that pattern? I need to stitch it. And so she told me, and I went right on, purchased it, and started it that night. I just love this one. All right, next up, this is by Little Stitch Girl. So a couple of years ago when I went to StitchCon in 2023, a bunch of us were sitting at the table and decided to do a stitch long with this one, Party Like It's 1776. And so we all did it. Some of us finished it straight. I did it as a drum. And this, so now I have more expertise on drums by the time I got to this one. But I love it, it's so cute. All right, and then this is a Shepherd's Bush. It's their summer notes. They do have a Liberty Notes, and I do have it. I haven't stitched it yet, but this one has a flag button in it, so I put it out with my patriotics as well. I love that, and I recently showed this on my Flosstube as well. All right, next up, I have a couple more Shepherd's Bush. These came in a kit my friend Gina passed on to me, and when I stitched them, they're very tiny, and I stitched them on 14 count, did I? Maybe it's 18 count. They're very small, so I turned them into a little bit bigger pillows. So here they are. Long may she wave, and there she's waving her flag. So I just put them in a little dough bowl that I have at my my front walkway when you come in on the table so people can see them. And then I stitched this one, I believe is October House Needle Arts, and I stitched this, it was in a magazine, and I think it was a Just Cross Stitch magazine, and I have it finished. I love how it turned out. And then I finished the Erica Michaels 250th berry, and I showed this in my last Flosstube. I had so much fun finishing this, and I had fun sharing the pattern with my friends at the retreat. And the last one that I have, no, I have two more. They're swaps. I did a patriotic swap last year. Well, we did a summer swap, and my friend Carol made this one, and I happened to be lucky enough to get her swap. It's beautiful. I'm not sure who the designer is, but I absolutely love it. And there's the back with cute little flags on it. So pretty. And then this year, this other lady, I can't recall her name at the moment. I barely met her, and she made this one for me. And this was her first swap ever, and it turned out beautifully. So I don't know the designer for this one either, but I do love it. And I was so grateful to get it. So those are all my patriotic stitches. I hope that you enjoyed what you saw, and I hope that you have a happy 4th of July, whatever you're doing, whether you're hanging out with your families, going to see a fireworks show, headed to the beach, whatever you're doing. I hope you have a wonderful 4th, and I will see you next time with some stitching in July. Take care, my friends. Bye.